guys. It's a bit cold today. Oh, Abdelak, welcome. Bienvenue, bienvenue. Hey Carmen, welcome. Look at this view. The Eiffel Tower just lit up. Bonsoir Carmen. Oh Carmen, vous parlez français? Ah, there's lots of wind here. Let's go closer. Hey, bonsoir Saïdé and Desides. Welcome guys. Really windy. Really windy here. Just opening the live stream on my other phone. Ok. T'as bien reçu la notification? Ok, super. Hope you guys got the notification. Because apparently there is some issue with the notifications. Hey Terry, welcome. Bienvenue. The Eiffel Tower again. Lots of people. Let's go closer to have a better view. And by the way, guys, this is a museum here. Musée de l'Homme. And look at my, what is it, mittens? My mom made these. those feet. Not fixed yet. I'm trying to read the comments on my other phone. But I've noticed also YouTube that sometimes doesn't show the comments. I mean, it shows a few comments, but not all of them. Someone's getting ready to play some guitar. Just wanted to... Normally, guys, you can walk down there, but it's being renovated at the moment. It's construction, so it's all closed. But in summer, usually there's fountains here right in the middle. Yeah. Of course. You see, at the moment it's not great because it's all being renovated. This is where the Summer Olympics were held, yes. Hey Frances, welcome! So during the Olympics, right under the Eiffel Tower, there was the beach volleyball. And not too far from the Eiffel Tower, there were also the wrestling and what was there? And the fencing. I think the fencing was not too far from here, yes. Hey Demian and William, welcome guys. Welcome. This is your monthly dose of Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Tower. Just going to put the camera on this, what is it, like this thing. So you have the best view, oops, no sorry, trying to find the best angle for you guys. You see that building here on the left? That's the Hôtel des Invalides. This building over there is Hôtel des Invalides. Okay guys, I think it's time for some facts about the Eiffel Tower. What can we find? about the Eiffel Tower, let me check online. Facts Eiffel Tower. Because we might as well learn some things. Okay, Eiffel Tower facts. Did you know the Eiffel Tower has a website, by the way? It's called toureiffel.paris. So the current height of the Eiffel Tower is 1083 feet. Original height without the antennas, because you see there's antennas at the top. 1024 feet. Total width 410 feet on the ground. On the ground, so that's here. Width of a pillar 82 feet on the ground, and there's four of them. The first floor is 187 feet, 14,485 square feet. And the second floor is 377 feet and 4,692 square feet. And the third floor is quite high. It's 906 feet for 820 square feet. There are 5 lifts from the esplanade to the second floor. And then there are 4 duo lifts from the second floor to the top. Weight of the metal frame, 7,300 tons. Oh, that's a lot. Anyway, number of iron parts, 18,038. Total weight of the Eiffel Tower, 10,000 tons. 10,100 tons, sorry. Number of rivets used, I don't know what rivets is, but 2,500,000. Was built by Gustave Eiffel for the 1889 Exposition Universelle, which was to celebrate the 100th year anniversary of the French Revolution. So 1889 is the date of the year that the Eiffel Tower was built. Construction year. And it took 2 years, 2 months and 5 days. It was a veritable technical and architectural achievement. Hey Maria, welcome. And Lunali, Beverly, and Daniel, welcome guys. People are cheering for you. So it took 2 years to build the Eiffel Tower. 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days. Utopia achieved a symbol of technological prowess at the end of the 19th century. It was a demonstration of French engineering personified by Gustave Eiffel and a defining moment of the industrial era. It was met immediately with tremendous success. Only intended to last 20 years, it was saved by the scientific experiments that Eiffel encouraged, and in particular by the first radio transmissions, followed by telecommunications. For example, the radio signals from the Panthéon Tower in 1898. It served as a military radio post in 1903. This guy is only singing sad songs, and I'm about to cry here. Yes, I've got the best spots, I think. And it can snow in Paris, you're right. It's become quite rare these last years, but we had some snow in December, I think, this year. I think at 7 o'clock the Eiffel Tower will start twinkling, and that's in 13 minutes. So I think we will stay here for the best spot. What else can we learn about the Eiffel Tower? What else? So it was only supposed to stay 20 years, and then they decided to keep it. It's quite interesting that the website of the Eiffel Tower doesn't mention that people didn't like the Eiffel Tower in Paris at first. People thought it's not very appropriate for Paris. It stands out too much. It's not fitting the architecture of Paris. Even though like everyone can acknowledge it was a prowess, but it's interesting that this website doesn't mention it. At the center of events. What does it say? Since the 1980s, the monument has regularly been renovated, restored, and adapted for an ever-growing public. Over the decades, the Eiffel Tower has seen remarkable achievements, extraordinary light shows, and prestigious visitors. A mythical and audacious site, it has always inspired artists and challenges. Well, have you seen the Olympic ceremony? The opening ceremony of the Olympics. Céline Dion, the Canadian singer, she was singing from the Eiffel Tower. It was quite nice. And the whole ceremony, there was, at the end of the ceremony, the Eiffel Tower was lit with all these different colors. It was really nice. Hey Sunny Day, welcome. New Yorkers didn't like the Twin Towers when they were first built either, but they grew on people. Francis, you say? I think, yeah, it's quite a common thing. That opening ceremony with Céline was great, and I really liked the show they had as well for the opening ceremony. To be honest, I was expecting something a bit, I don't know. Like I had watched the opening ceremony 4 years ago, and it's nice because you see all the athletes and there's a good vibe. I really like it, but this year it was different. With the boats on the Seine River and the shows, I really liked it. So congratulations, Paris. And I'm not saying that because I'm from Paris, not at all. Oh guys, the crowd is singing. Essayez, welcome. I was thinking to learn French. Do you think it's important in general, or English is enough? In general, if you want to visit Paris, you mean, or just in general? In general, I would say the more languages you know, the better. But if you want to visit Paris, of course, it's better to know a few words of French, I would say. But I think there's 100 million visitors in Paris every year, and I'm pretty sure not even half of them knows French or any words in French. And don't worry, they still have a good time and they find a way to enjoy Paris. For everything, work, visit. For visits, I would say you don't need to. Of course, it's better if you can say, for instance, bonjour, which means hello. Merci, which means thank you. What can you say? Au revoir. Au revoir is goodbye. What else can you say? I think if you visit a country, these words are quite nice to know, but you don't need to know a lot more, you know. Especially nowadays with your phone, you can just Google everything or use translators, or, you know. It's not like 20 years ago. For work, though, unless you find the international company, it would be maybe a little bit more difficult. If you want to work at a French company, lots of people need to learn French, yes. But that being said, there are companies who work with international people. So you don't necessarily, like, you could find things even if you don't speak French, but it would be a lot harder, I think. But if you know English, you could probably still find a job. Thank you so much, Said. Thank you for your lovely words. Now I was thinking, if you wanted to visit the countryside of France, go to small villages, and if you don't have any reception, because sometimes in the countryside you don't have any reception, so you can't use your phone. If you don't know any French, it could be difficult. I'm not going to lie. But one good thing is that nowadays almost all of the countryside has signal, so you could probably still get the internet. But yeah. Hey Michel, welcome. So I have put the gimbal like in a tripod mode, and it's very still. And if you look at the spotlights at the top of the Eiffel Tower, you could also feel like, you know, those hypnose things. Like, you know, like when you look at something, left, right, like that, and then you fall asleep eventually, or... I was just asking in general because some people say French is dead language, and some say French is important and add more value in resume. In my opinion, it's always good if you know an additional language. But if you have to choose between English and French, if you want to work, I don't know, not in France or not in a French-speaking country, I would suggest maybe you learn English first and then French. But if you already know English, then absolutely go for French. Absolutely. That's my opinion, but I think it also depends where you want to work, for instance. If you want to work in a French-speaking country, then French would be better, I suppose. You're learning German? But I will say something though. To be honest, French is a bit difficult to learn, especially because of the grammar, all the different words, conjugaison, all the different tenses with the verbs. Even for French people, I think lots of French people make mistakes when they write French. Or use sometimes incorrect tenses, you know, when they speak. Salut les boules, ça va bien? Say it, you know, when I was in high school, I learned. When I was sorry in what's it called in English? I don't know. Like the school you go to when you're about 11 years old. I learned German, and I found it difficult. But in some ways, it's more logical, I think, than the French language. It can be difficult, but eventually I found some interest in the language. But unfortunately, I haven't practiced my German in years, so I forgot almost all of it. That's really, really, really sad. Okay, yes, normally in 1 minute it should start twinkling. Yeah, see, it's 59. Normally it should start twinkling soon. Well, I hope. Because normally it's every hour, at the top of the hour, for 5 minutes. I can't see the seconds. Okay, it's starting now. It's twinkling, Daniel. Hey Luan, welcome. Just in time. 7 p.m. here in Paris. first started twinkling. I think it was around 2000 or in the 90s maybe. But when I was a kid, it wasn't like that. This is the most visited monument in the world. As France's symbol in the world and the showcase of Paris, today it welcomes almost 7 million visitors a year, around 75% of whom are foreigners, making it the most visited monument that you have to pay for in the world. Tu peux dire au musicien de continuer. T'inquiète, il continue là. He's about to sing another sad song. The Universal Tower of Babel, almost 300 million visitors, regardless of age or origin, have come from all over the planet to see it since its opening in 1889. Bonjour Yvonne, bienvenue, welcome. Two more minutes of this twinkling, guys. The magic of light. The tower also represents the magic of light. Its lighting, its sparkling lights, and its beacon shine and inspire dreams every evening. Guys, are your dreams being inspired at the moment? If the Eiffel Tower can twinkle, you can achieve anything. First tower that was 1000 feet built for the Exposition universelle de 1889. You're inspired, Neville. Great. Great. The person singing is, I'm not sure exactly, I can't see him because it's dark. Guys, if I can say something, but I hope you won't be mad at me. The Eiffel Tower in real, when it twinkles, it's really something like, I can't even capture it on my camera. It's nothing compared to what it seems. Oh, it's finished. I've dreamed of seeing the Eiffel Tower my whole life. Maybe one day I'll see it in person. I really hope you can come to France, Frances. If you can see it, that would be great. I saw a lot of documentary about Gustave Eiffel. Oh, can you tell us some things about him? I was going to try and find when it first started twinkling. You hired the guy to sing? Yes! I didn't even bother learning his name. Here, just sing for us, please. Take my money. Every evening, the Eiffel Tower is adorned with its golden covering and sparkles for 5 minutes. every hour, on the hour, while its beacon shines over Paris. Oh la la. 330 meters, 1,083 feet tall. About the same height as an 81-story building, and the tallest structure in Paris. He built many bridges in France and one big bridge in Portugal. Also the skeleton of the Statue of Liberty. The skeleton? Ah guys, 10 fascinating Eiffel Tower facts you did not know. Okay, let's see if they are right or not. Did we know or did we not know? Well, I'm on this website. Paris tickets. Facts about the Iron Lady you did not know before. Okay, let's see. We all know that the Eiffel Tower is an icon, but did you know that the Iron Lady is married? Wait, what? She's married? Or that it has not always been brown colored as it is today? L'armature en fer à l'intérieur de la statue. Ah, d'accord. So it's inside the Eiffel Tower. Okay. It has not always been brown colored as it is today, or that it can be seen clearly from the moon. Wait, what? The Eiffel Tower can be seen clearly from the moon? Well, except for the last claim, which was actually a WhatsApp fake forward. The facts about the Eiffel Tower are as fascinating as the tower itself, okay? Okay, guys. It wasn't meant to stay. Okay, so where are the facts? Okay. Well, the first one we knew, the fact is the Eiffel is permanent, the tower wasn't. What does this mean? The Eiffel doesn't believe in saying all good things must come to an end. As although the tower was built as a temporary exhibit for the commemoration of the French Revolution's 100th anniversary, it proved to be way too useful to be dismantled after the 1889 World Fair. Ah, okay, World Fair. In French, it's Exposition Universelle. With Gustave Eiffel taking it upon himself to save his creation's future, he equipped it with a radio antenna and a wireless telegraph transmitter, which broadcasts radio and television programs to this day. Quite clever, Monsieur Eiffel. So it was built by Gustave Eiffel but designed by others. While the tower was named after Gustave Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower design wasn't his solo act. The masterminds behind the structure were two of his company's engineers, Maurice Koechlin and Émile Nouguier. To make the structure more aesthetically pleasing, they teamed up with French architect Stéphane Sauvestre for some artistic flair. Although Eiffel wasn't the designer, he did play a major role by financing most of the project and purchasing the patent rights later. Okay. So, okay, that means what Nebul said makes sense. So I will say it again. To make the structure more aesthetically pleasing, they teamed up with French architect Stéphane Sauvestre for some artistic flair. Although Eiffel wasn't the designer, he did play a major role by financing most of the project and purchasing the patent rights later. Oh, wow, yeah, I did not know this fact. Easter eggs, the secrets hidden in plain sight. Okay, the Eiffel Tower's hidden tributes. Paris might be the hub of everything art, but science hasn't been left behind the canvases. The Eiffel Tower pays homage to the biggest names in science and engineering of the 1800s, as tributes of 72 French scientists were etched on the iron of the structure. You can actually see their names, some of their names, when you're walking past the Eiffel Tower. Although the engravings were painted over in the 20th century, a restoration effort of the 1980s made sure that the names were visible again. That's the reason, okay. If you have a penchant for scavenger hunts, you can point out names like Foucault, Dumas and Perrier immortalized on the Iron Lady's first floor base. The tower has a not-so-secret apartment. When Gustave Eiffel built the tower, he made sure he reserved the best spot for himself for a tea break with a breathtaking view. At the top of the tower, the architect built a private apartment where he hosted famous guests like Thomas Edison, complete with a science lab for experiments. You can visit the space while on your tour of the summit, where you can even witness a recreated scene featuring wax figures of Eiffel, his daughter, and Edison, all deep in conversation amidst the city's panorama. And that's true, I've seen it on the third floor. You can see the apartment. Okay, another fun fact that you did not know. Once a post office, always a star. Being as iconic as it is, the Eiffel Tower has always been a multitasker. It has housed a surprising variety of things, from Gustave Eiffel's own swanky apartment to the Le Figaro newsroom, a radio station, and even a theater. But nothing can beat the most interesting installation here, a post office. Located 187 meters high. Considered the smallest Parisian post office, it allowed people to send postcards with special Eiffel Tower stamps and postmarks. In fact, mailboxes on every level let you send greetings with proof you conquered each stage of the tower. Oh wow! I did not know that. I really did not know that. Okay, so the next fact is the mood swings of the Iron Lady. La Dame de Fer in French, the Iron Lady. The Leaning Tower of Paris. The Eiffel might be a steel giant, but it transforms into a little kid enjoying the weather when there's a strong gust. Sorry guys. This fact really is breathtaking. Okay, so let me say that again. The Eiffel might be a steel giant, but it transforms into a little kid enjoying the weather when there's a strong gust. During a storm, the tower sways in the winds, and you can actually see it move during extreme weather conditions. Yeah, that's true. I've seen it on video. But that's not all. It even acts like a sunflower on sunny days. As the sun hits one side of the tower more than the others, the entire structure can tilt a bit. The seasonal lean can be as much as 6 inches. And on a clear day, you seasonal lean can be as much as 6 inches. And on a clear day, you might even be able to see the very top of the tower, trace a small circle about 15 centimeters wide. Wait, let me say that again. It even acts like a sunflower on sunny days. As the sun hits one side of the tower more than the others, the entire structure can tilt a bit. The seasonal lean can be as much as 6 inches. And on a clear day, you might even be able to see the very top of the tower, trace a small circle, about 15 centimeters wide. I don't understand the circle thing. Okay, well, maybe it's just me. I don't understand it. Nebul says initially the tower was weird. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, the next fact is the various hues of the Eiffel Tower. The Iron Lady gets a grooming session and a makeover every 7 years, as after all, she's just a girl. The process of repainting involves stripping away old paint, cleaning the iron, and applying a rust-proof barrier, all by hand on the 300-meter masterpiece. Interestingly, over time, the tower has spotted various colors, from Venetian red to shades of yellow-orange. Since 1968, it's donned the shade that we know today. Which came to be called Eiffel Tower Brown. Oh wow, there's an Eiffel Tower brown color. I did not know that. This three-tone brown cleverly hides air pollution and creates a uniform look, with the darkest shade at the top gradually lightening as it reaches the base. Ah, I did not know that. It's like that since 1968, so it's a lot. And Nebul says, les 4 pieds sont orientés suivant les 4 points cardinaux. Ah, wow, okay. So Nebul says the 4 feet of the pillars of the Eiffel Tower are oriented north, south, east, and west. That's interesting. Okay, the next fact is Hitler and the order of the tower's destruction. What? Wait, what? Okay, I'm already on my... How do you say? Okay. Do you remember how in the Hunger Games, District 13 had been turned into rubble by the Capitol? Okay, guys, sorry, I haven't seen the Hunger Games, but I'm reading the article. If you have seen the Hunger Games, maybe that speaks to you, but I haven't seen it. So, do you remember how in the Hunger Games, District 13 had been turned into rubble by the Capitol? Paris almost faced a similar fate. Back in 1944, as the Allied forces closed in, Nazi dictator Hitler, in a last-ditch effort, ordered the demolition of the whole city, the Eiffel included. He believed a demolished Paris would symbolize the fall of France. Fortunately, the German commander-in-charge, General Dietrich von Scholtitz, sorry for the Germans in chat. I'm sorry, I butchered the name of this general who actually saved Paris. So, what was I reading? Fortunately, the German commander-in-charge, General Dietrich von Scholtitz, disobeyed this order and saved the iconic city from ruin. Okay, just Dietrich von Scholtitz. Okay, guys. Okay, the Eiffel's romantic side. Let's see the next fact. The Eiffel is bonded in holy matrimony with the human. What? not only is the Eiffel Tower a symbol of romance, it has its own love story too. In 2004, Erika Aya, an American competitive archer, saw the tower for the first time and felt an instant attraction. Following which, she married the Iron Lady in 2007 in a commitment ceremony. Medical experts consider this as objectophilia, a form of paraphilia, a disorder in which people develop unusually strong emotional attachments to inanimate objects. Erika Eiffel, her surname changed, Erika Eiffel, also found Object Sexuality International, a website that offers support to those who have a strong emotional connection to inanimate objects. Talk of love at first sight. Well, I mean, can we blame Erika? Like, have you seen the Eiffel Tower when she twinkles? Erika, I'm sorry, but I understand you. And I give you my full support. Hey, Bloody Parrot and Iran, welcome, guys. If you imagine Paris at night, what would be the image you have in your mind? If you imagine Paris at night, what would be the image you have in your mind? Is that the image of the Eiffel Tower lit up? You didn't know this copy? Didn't know what? Objectophilia? Wait, what was it? Objectophilia. A form of paraphilia. To be honest, I will be honest, Irene. I wish you were here. But also, to be honest, Irene, I had heard of people falling in love with trees. And I think in one of my shows, there was this architect who was sort of hugging a building. And then there was a police officer next to him walking, and he said something like, "This man is in love with the building" or something, but I had never heard of it before. So Erika Eiffel is married to the Eiffel Tower, so you can't really classify it as a, how would you say? Because it's the Iron Lady. Okay, so that was some interesting facts that I did not know about. That's true, I did not know about these facts. 25 fun facts about the Eiffel Tower that will fascinate you. Okay, let's see this site. What does this say? So I heard the guy say in French that one of the songs wasn't on his album yet. So I suppose the guy who sings is releasing an album. Guys, just one fact about Paris in general. Often when I hear about Paris in foreign movies, I hear of Paris being the city of love. But it's funny because in France it's more the city of lights. I mean, recently I've seen La Ville de l'Amour, the city of love as well, but really when we speak of Paris here in France, we don't really consider it the city of love, it's more the city of lights. Because I think for France the city of love is Venice in Italy, you know? Probably because of Romeo and Juliet. Voilà. Fall in love with trees, yes, but with metal structures, no thanks. It's really not city of love, at least not for me. Well, I think there are romantic areas in Paris, of course, but for France, yeah, it's more city of lights. I don't know why. so this site, 25 fun facts. So I will scroll through the facts. Wait, where are they? If they are not fun or if I have already read them, I will not read them again. Ispahan, yes, it's a city of love, history, culture, food, everything. You know, about Ispahan, they say Ispahan Nesfe Jahan, ça veut dire Ispahan is the like half of the world because it was so big and beautiful and everything. Okay, so the Eiffel Tower is the tallest building in Paris. Okay, it's 803 meters or 1,083 feet. Equivalent to 81-story building. Okay, that we already read that. Built in 1889 during Paris World's Fair. It was the tallest building in the world. We did not read that. Its height changes. Its height changes. Depending on the season, the Eiffel Tower can be up to 7 inches taller or 6 inches shorter. Okay, we read some of that earlier, but during hotter months, over 104 degrees Fahrenheit to be exact, which I don't know how many that is in Celsius, the iron expands and causes the tower to be about 7 inches taller. In colder temperature, the iron contracts and shortens the tower by about 6 inches. Oh, I think some of us in chat can probably relate to the Eiffel Tower. It was supposed to be demolished. Okay, we know that. 20 years after its assembly, the tower was supposed to be torn down. Okay, we read that. It was only supposed to be a display of the industrial mastery of France during the World Fair. In order to keep this landmark a part of living history, a radio antenna was placed at the very top, deemed too important to destroy by city officials. The now radio transmission tower was saved from demolition. The addition of this antenna caused the height of the tower to grow from 1,024 feet to its current 1,083 feet. Well, guys, you know what you need to do now? Just add an antenna if you want to. Okay, the tower was once yellow. In order to preserve the sorry for the pronunciation. I don't know how to pronounce this name, but in order to preserve the wrought iron from any natural elements, the tower was once given a coat of yellow paint. However, since 1968, the official color has been Eiffel Tower brown, with the top being somewhat darker than the bottom, giving the tower an ombre effect. Okay, some fact that we did not know. It can only be painted by hand. Speaking of the paint job, this massive structure can only be painted by hand. It takes 50 painters, 60 tons of paint to get the job done, and is performed every 7 years. To date, it has been repainted 19 times, most recently being a golden upgrade for the 2024 Olympics. Okay. What else? Engraved names at the base. Okay, we read that. 72 names engraved on the base of the Eiffel Tower. Although they were once covered up, they have since been restored to the golden glory. These engravings pay homage to the mathematicians, scholars, and scientists who are attributed to the tower's successful construction. Guys, one fact that we did not know. There are 1,665 steps and 3 different sections. 1,665 steps. Made of 3 sections, the Eiffel Tower includes much more than just glittering lights and many steps. The first section sits at 189 feet and includes an observation area, a gift shop, and the restaurant Madame Brasserie. There is also a glass floor that will allow you to view the city beneath your feet. The second section is 379 feet high and includes another observation deck where you can see the Louvre and Arc de Triomphe, as well as the Michelin-starred restaurant Le Jules Verne. Ah, nice. You know this restaurant, Le Jules Verne? In 2017, when Macron was just elected, maybe a couple months in his first presidential term, 2017, Trump was president of the United States, and Macron invited Trump in Paris for the 14th of July, the Bastille Day. That's the national day of France in July. Macron invited Trump, but he also invited Putin, and he invited other leaders of the world. I think Angela Merkel was here, and who else? Other people, I can't remember. But very important people. They all assisted to the military parade that takes place every 14th of July in France for the National Day, Bastille Day. And Emmanuel Macron took Donald Trump and Melania Trump, and of course Brigitte Macron, to this restaurant here in the Eiffel Tower. It's called Le Jules Verne. It's a Michelin-starred restaurant. They used to be quite friendly. I think now their relationship has deteriorated a little bit. Even though he was invited to the reopening ceremony of the Notre Dame Cathedral, sorry. Donald Trump was here, and Elon Musk as well, and former French presidents, lots of different leaders of the world, and yeah. But then I think I've heard Donald Trump didn't invite Emmanuel Macron to his what's it called? You know, the ceremony when they switched from Biden to Trump. There was a ceremony, and I've heard Emmanuel Macron was not invited. That's how you know the inauguration. That's how you know the relationship is not too great at the moment. Coronation. Thank you, Francis. Is there an elevator, or do you have to walk up hundreds of stairs? Oh, Frances, there are 5 elevators from the base. Where is it? The base to the second floor. There are 5 elevators, and then from the second floor to the third floor, all where here. This part, last part, there are 4 elevators. From what I understand, I can't remember. Oh, sorry, they said 2 times 2, like it's duos. Is that 4 or is that 2? Yeah, no, I think it's 4. Yeah, there's no steps. Basically, there's no steps between the second floor and the last floor. 3 floors. Imagine going upstairs. You know, when Steve Luckner was in France, he climbed the stairs with Margaret. I can't remember if they went they stopped at first floor or if they went to the second floor, but yeah, he did a live stream actually. It was quite interesting. I'm very proud of him for doing this. I would never do that. Oh, another fun fact. This one is for me. It's not in the website. Every year, I think it's every year, there is a race inside the Eiffel Tower where people actually, I think think I've seen that. Wait, am I confusing with something else? No, I think it's in the Eiffel Tower. And people just run inside the Eiffel Tower. Like it's a race, you know? It's weird. Ah, interesting in Nebul. Gustave Eiffel wanted elevator in the tower, but they didn't finish them after 2 months after the inauguration. Oh la la, really? They were late for the World Fair. But thankfully now, 100 years later, there's elevators. Actually, it's interesting. Like I wonder when they. Okay, so where was I? Ah, you'll find the bar à champagne, so a champagne bar, sorry, where you can get some much needed wine and champagne, I assume, to celebrate your ascent if you were going up the stairs. Well, one fact is weird, just saying it now, but I'm trying to take a picture from my pocket because it's cold at the moment. And my nose started running. Sorry for the details. Yesterday in the live stream, I said the same thing, and someone said, "But I thought the vaccine was supposed to blah blah blah." This has nothing to do with COVID, guys. It's just cold. And my nose reacts weird when it's cold. He wasn't pretty nice anyway. So then it says photographs cannot be published. What is that about? Every evening, for the first 5 minutes of every hour, the tower is lit and its beacon shines over Paris, okay? While lit up, with its 20,000 bulbs, the Eiffel Tower is a sight to see. During this daily show, many onlookers revel in its beauty while trying to capture it. Posting to your story or on your own personal page is fine, but if you are attempting to do so for commercial purposes, you will have to answer to the French authorities. What? The tower's light display is technically an artwork protected by copyright laws. Really? Well, French authorities, I do not approve of this. And please come see me in my office. I'm currently at the Trocadéro. So when it's published on my YouTube channel, does it count as does it count? No, I think it's fine, right? Posting to your story or on your own personal page is fine. But if you're attempting to do so for commercial purposes, you will have to answer to the French authorities. The Eiffel Tower looks perfect tonight. The Eiffel Tower looks perfect tonight. Next fact is the hidden apartment. Ah yes, that's a secret, not so secret apartment that we talked about earlier. But for those of you who were not here, I will just say it again. During construction, architect Gustave Eiffel secretly included a private apartment within his namesake tower. Sitting at 1,000 feet and overlooking Parc du Champ de Mars. Oh, by the way, the Parc du Champ de Mars is the park right here. You see with the here, it's just grass basically and trees. You can have picnics over there and it's fine. It's nice because you have a beautiful view on the Eiffel Tower. Champ de Mars, it's called. So what was I saying? Ah yes, the hidden apartment. Sitting at 1,000 feet and overlooking Parc du Champ de Mars, this address is quite possibly one of the most interesting in the world. Today it isn't so much a secret as a place to visit and brag about as somewhere you've been. I've been to the secret apartment of Gustave Eiffel. Really? Where was it? What's the address? It's at the top of the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, right. I don't believe it. I can imagine the conversation you can have about it with your friends. Okay, one fact. The giant billboard. Between 1925 and 1934, the Eiffel Tower was used by the car manufacturer Citroën as a giant billboard. At one point, the company's sign was considered the largest advertisement in the world, managing to set a Guinness World Record in the process. Wow. The Eiffel Tower looks perfect tonight. Do you think we will catch the second Twinkling show, guys? It's in 17 minutes. Yeah, I suppose when we will go through these facts, we will actually probably reach the 8 p.m. Twinkling show. The weight of the frame is 7,300 tons. 7,300 tonnes. Okay, so that's the weight of the frame, but the total weight of the Eiffel Tower is a whopping 10,100 tons. That would be the equivalent of 10 cargo ships altogether. Okay, now we're singing Adele. And all the songs are all sad. Let me just show you. Are you singing, guys? Because it's mostly tourists here, to be honest. So I said that would be the equivalent of 10 cargo ships altogether. In order to keep the hefty tower standing, the construction crew of 300 used 2.5 million rivets and over 18,000 iron parts.
Okay, let's go and see it again.
Each pillar is 82 feet wide and all four total 410 square feet.
Oh, there's a dog as well. Can't really see it. Where is it? Here.
Guys, I will never meet someone like you.
Oops, sorry.
I have lost
Like this.
Okay, so I think I will try and go through the other facts. What was it? Construction took 2 years, 2 months, 5 days. Okay, we knew that. We've already read that before. What else? The most visited monument. Okay, we know that as well. 7 million visitors per year. What else? Ah, okay. Artists were against its construction. On Valentine's Day in 1887, the Le Temps newspaper included the vehement opposition of over 300 Parisian artists to the Eiffel Tower.
Oops. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys. Blinded by the lights of the Eiffel Tower. So what was it? Okay, 300 Parisian artists. The proclamation stated, "We writers, painters, sculptors, architects, passionate lovers of the beauty, until now intact of Paris, hereby protest with all our might, with all our indignation, in the name of French taste, gone unrecognized, in the name of French art, and history under threat, against the construction in the very heart of our capital of the useless and monstrous Eiffel Tower. Ooh la la! Their rantings even included that the gigantic black factory chimney was so appalling that even commercial-minded America does not want it. Oh la! That's so French, like protesting something. I want to read it again. I want to read it again. So that's 300 Parisian artists on a newspaper on Valentine's Day in 1887. We, writers, painters, sculptors, architects, passionate lovers of the beauty until now intact of Paris, hereby protest with all our might, with all our indignation, in the name of French taste gone unrecognized, in the name of French art and history under threat, against the construction in the very heart of our capital of the useless and monstrous Eiffel Tower. Their rantings even included that the gigantic black factory chimney was so appalling that even commercial-minded America does not want it. Sorry, commercial-minded America does not want it. Frances says, "Oh my God, get over yourself." Oh, sorry, Frances. It's not me, huh? It's not me. It's the 300 Parisian artists who hated the Eiffel Tower, but apparently they didn't really like the commercial-minded America either. They were jealous on something. Yes, I think so, Lunali. I think they were just very angry, gone unrecognized. Okay, so the next fact is there was once a laboratory in the tower. Eiffel installed a laboratory used by himself and the aforementioned 72 scientists to study astronomy, meteorology, aerodynamics and physiology. In 1909, Eiffel established a wind tunnel at the base of the tower to test aerodynamics, including tests done on the Wright brothers, airplanes, and Porsche vehicles. Porsche vehicles, the German brand. Okay, so this site says the tower has 7 lifts or elevators. Yeah, I suppose it depends how you count, because it's five from the ground to the second floor, and then it's two double elevators. So I counted 4, but they count them just as 2. The Eiffel Tower has 7 different lifts to help individuals ascend the massive structure. Given the massive number of visitors who visit the tower each year, these elevators travel a considerable distance. When combined, it's estimated that they move 103,000 kilometers, that's 64,000 miles, each year. That's approximately 2.5 times the Earth's circumference. Oh wow, that's a lot. The tower moves. Okay, so even though the tower was built to withstand natural weather occurrences, the tower can sway during storms. If the weather conditions are bad enough, you can even see it move. I've seen it on video, but I haven't seen it with my eyes. That's scary, I suppose. The sun can cause the tower to expand, as mentioned, when the heat causes its height to change, which can make the tower tilt because the sunlight only hits one side of the tower. I haven't seen that with my own eyes, to be honest. Guys, look, I want to see you, to show you, sorry. This is when you're right under the Eiffel Tower. That's what you see. Okay, so then we have the designers of the tower. Gustave Eiffel was named the architect of the monument. However, this was done because he funded a large portion of the project and eventually purchased the patent rights. Two senior engineers who worked for Eiffel's company are the ones who actually designed it. The engineers Maurice Koechlin and Émile Nouguier worked with French architect Stéphane Sauvestre to make the structure more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so we heard that before. Okay, so the next fact is World War I achievements. In 1914, the tower housed a radio transmitter that jammed German radio communications and therefore impeded German advancement into Paris. French troops also used the tower's wireless station to intercept enemy signals from Berlin, which is thought to have played a significant role in the Allied victory at the First Battle of the Marne. So guys, if I was the writers of this article, I would have made this fact a little more, I don't know, the title needs to be more catchy because that's quite huge. I will say it again. In 1914, so that was during the First World War, the tower housed a radio transmitter that jammed German radio communications and therefore impeded German advancement into Paris. French troops also used the tower's wireless station to intercept enemy signals from Berlin, which is thought to have played a significant role in the Allied victory at the First Battle of the Marne. Good on you, the Eiffel Tower, nice! You helped the French during the First World War, and I suppose during the Second as well. But, well, to be honest, probably the German remembered what happened during World War I and probably did something to avoid it happening again during World War II. Okay, so the next fact is that Hitler ordered its destruction, but we read that earlier. Guys, in 1 minute you will see the Eiffel Tower twinkle again. 1 minute. So get your cameras ready. T'as raison Nebul, ça fait 1 heure que je suis là. I've been here for 1 hour, as Nebul says. But Nebul, to be honest, all the songs are sad. Like, what is this? We're here, it's not supposed to be sad. I want to pay him to stop with his sad songs. Sorry. Everyone's going to throw tomatoes at me. 1944, Hitler ordered that if Paris could not be held from the Allied liberation, it should be demolished, and the tower along with it. He believed that the destruction of Paris would essentially be the destruction of France. He sent this order to Field Marshal Walter Model and von Scholtitz. But when he did, Scholtitz was so shocked by the order that he never actually carried it out. Thank goodness. Yeah, God bless Scholtitz. Okay, what else? Public adoration. In 1889, World's Fair was one of the only fairs to turn a profit due to the 2 million visitors who purchased tickets to see the Eiffel Tower, totaling 1.4 million. Despite the petition from the artists, the public met the tower with great success and adoration. See, even if, what was it? Commercial America? What was it? Let me find it. Commercial-minded America. Even if commercial-minded America does not want it, the public liked it. The tower can hold up to 5,000 visitors at one time. The platform on the first section can hold 3,000 people at the same time. The second platform can hold 1,600 people. And the third can hold no more than 400 on its two levels that are linked by a staircase. Staircase, sorry. Not stair. So 5,000 visitors at one time. Commercially minded America. Looks like we haven't changed. Oh, Francis. No, you haven't. But don't worry, France has become just the same. We follow what America does. The view from the top. From the very top of the Eiffel Tower, you can view 70 kilometers, or about 43.5 miles all around. This allows visitors to see the outskirts of Paris, the Charles de Gaulle Airport, and the countryside that rests beyond the suburbs. By the way, if you come to Paris from far away, I would say, you will probably land at the Charles de Gaulle Airport, which is the biggest airport in Paris. Because Paris, I think, has 3 airports. One is quite small. No, actually, Paris has more airports, but some of the airports in Paris are just for military or, the president and this type of things when they want to fly away. But let's say the main commercial airports, there are 3. One of them is a bit far away actually from Paris. You have to take a bus or a car. We say Paris, but it's not really Paris. It's Beauvais, and it's mostly for short distances, like Europe mostly, or close countries like in Africa, but not too far from France. And then you have Orly. Orly is basically the same for the distances. Maybe it's slightly bigger still than the airport in Beauvais. That's in the southern suburbs. It's mostly for short distance flights as well. So I would say Europe, Africa, some countries, and Asia, but not too far away. Maybe Turkey. Okay. And And then you have the biggest airport, which is this one, Paris Charles de Gaulle. Charles de Gaulle Airport, and that's in the northern suburbs, and that's for the long distance flights mostly. They also do short distance flights, but mostly long courrier in France. In French we say. Okay, one other fact. The Eiffel Tower once housed different businesses. Okay, so we knew that as well. During its long history, the Eiffel Tower has been home to several different businesses. Some of the most notable ones included Le Figaro, French newspaper, a post office, and a radio station. At one point, there was a wooden theater on the first floor. Okay. There's a connection between the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty. Ah, wow. Okay. Gustave Eiffel, who is credited with the Eiffel Tower's creation, also played a key role in the Statue of Liberty's construction. While Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi worked tirelessly to sculpt the copper-clad statue, Eiffel helped design the metal framework and structure. Interesting. Well, that was interesting. But to be honest, the other sides had given those facts. I was thinking of another fact earlier, but I can't remember what it was. Well, it's something I can remember. You know, the last 3 years, I think it was before 2000, there was a screen on the first, I don't know where, here, first floor of the Eiffel Tower, a big screen that was, you know, a countdown to the year 2000. And then they left the screen for a while, and then I think they removed it. There's no screen anymore. I think actually there were 2 screens on 2 sides of the Eiffel Tower. What else did I want to say about the Eiffel Tower? I can't remember. There's the Seine River as well, at the bottom. You won't be able to see it, but it's basically here. Can you see it? Can you see maybe the lights, the reflection of the lights? Behind the cars, you know? Behind the lights. Or maybe here. Sorry, the quality is not too great, but so this was the Eiffel Tower. I will start walking towards my car and I can take you with me a little bit. This is a museum, by the way. that's a museum as well, if I'm correct.
Oh, now there's two people singing. Well, it's super dark, but slightly more, how do you say, joyous. And now there's these guys selling twinkling Eiffel Towers. That's quite new, huh? The twinkling Eiffel Towers like that.
Another view of the Eiffel Tower.
You've only been seeing it for 1 hour, even more. And it's quite cold here on this esplanade. And by the way, there are things to eat and drink over there and here as well. If you visit. Ah, there's another guy singing here. And playing the guitar. Frances, I want this Eiffel Tower.
Eu falei, desse não tem romance, mas esse aqui é a gente morrendo, é o proletário sofrendo, a gente endividado.
I think I need to take you one day to this building over there. L'Hôtel des Invalides. It's interesting as well. I think that's where Napoleon is. Napoleon. Oh, I like this song. Green Day. I've been to the top part when I was a kid, but also recently, like not so recently. 2013, I think, was the last time I went to. 2013 or 18, I can't remember. I went to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and it was actually a bit scary. Okay guys, let's go! And by the way, there are statues here. scared of heights, but you'd go to the top. Yeah, I think, like, I'm scared of heights too. But if you don't look down, you're fine. Oh, and this, by the way, this esplanade here is called l'Esplanade des Droits de l'Homme. It means Esplanade of the Human Rights. Oops, sorry. And you used to be able to drive here. It was a roundabout. But now they've closed this part and also that part. So now it's like a half roundabout. The cars have to, you know, go behind this what is it, roundabout, which is not a roundabout because you can't drive here anymore. I don't know how to call this anymore. A half roundabout. And I think they've done that because tourists sometimes they, I don't know, walked here. But now it's just an empty space, like there's almost no one, but it's just annoying for the Parisians. And I totally disapprove of this because I like to protest. Okay guys, I'm parked somewhere over there. Let's drive. Let's walk a little. And that's the museum. We'll just go and show you. So this is the museum of le musée de l'homme, museum of humans, human beings or humans. And this is the museum of the marine. Anything concerning Musée national de la marine. Anything concerning ships and boats and water, oceans. It's quite cold. My hands are struggling. It's 4 degrees Celsius, but it feels like 2 degrees. Lunali, if you're still here, what's the temperature in Sweden where you are at the moment? Because you're probably thinking, oh, cupcake. It's only 4 degrees. It's not too cold, but I don't know. When you're standing at the same spot for a short time, it's harder to keep warm. I think it's -5 or something. will stop complaining. I like how this street is. Like, you know, there's this little like there's the street here. And this is the museum, by the way. And there's sculpture on the wall. Oh, what is it? Yeah, sculpture. And you can see the spotlight from the Eiffel Tower just above it. The other day I was a bit far away from here. I was in the southeast of Paris. So completely opposite. Merci. Completely opposite to the Eiffel Tower. And you can still see the spotlight from the Eiffel Tower. It's really like you will see it in a few seconds again. But you can really see from very far away the spotlight. And as I was saying earlier, from the top you can see the Charles de Gaulle Airport, and it's quite far from Paris. Okay, it's here again. Well, we didn't see it as well now, but especially when the sky isn't too cloudy, you can really see the spotlight from very far away. That's surprising. And guys, if you visit Paris, there are some nice photos you can take in this street. I will just show you. Because all these buildings here, they have a very nice view on the Eiffel Tower. These buildings. See, the Eiffel Tower is here behind the trees, but that's a small park. And okay, so not here because it looks like this is like a private looks like this is for an embassy because I see a flag over there. But you see how you can go over there and then you can see the Eiffel Tower. You have this in other streets, like the next one. Let's try and see. Showing you the buildings as well. So this area is quite expensive, of course, because in Paris the buildings where you can see the Eiffel Tower it's like basically having an apartment with a view view on the beach or something. See, like it looks like they even have organized things so the cars can't even go anymore. But it's like here you go over there and you see the Eiffel Tower. And I see sometimes Instagram photos of Paris taken from this type of point of views. And so this is just one of the streets where you have this view, but of course if you go to the next, the parallel street, it will be the same type of views. And yeah, it's just like a different angle from the same tower. People have also put some locks here. And this little thing here. And you see there's well, what was I saying earlier? There's even a photo shoot here with the Eiffel Tower. Really popular here for nice photos. You will probably see these on people's Instagram, and so guys, you know where to come if you want different photos. Okay, let's go back. My gimbal like this so you can still see the Eiffel Tower while we walk. It's not the best. Well guys, it was really nice having you tonight with me. I wanted to cover the protester but couldn't make it. So instead we got the Eiffel Tower and 2 Twinkling shows, which, as Daniel said earlier, I never get tired of it. Oh look, there's a statue over there. You can see the difference between the more modern buildings and then these ones. The Osmanian style. Frances, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much, guys. Expensive rent for an apartment there. Yes, you're right. This is the 16th arrondissement of Paris, by the way. See the little 16e arrondissement. Benjamin Franklin Street. Physicist, sorry, and homme d'État américain, so American politician. Oh, thank you, Frances. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Never get tired of watching the Eiffel Tower. Ah là là, me neither. And as I said, if you can, of course, in real, it's much better than on my phone, of course. It's like wow. Let's see her again. Yeah, I think that area is protected because there's even someone here at the entrance. So guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for your donation again, Frances, and for being with us and for supporting the channel. And Lunali, of course, thank you so much. And William, and Irene, and Nebul. I will scroll and see who we had. We had Bloody Parrot, and we had Luan, Daniel, Ivan, and Michelle. Oh, Daniel, you're back. I was just talking about you. I have been in and out and wonder what happened to the protest Kader mentioned yesterday. Yes, well, they finished early, unfortunately, and I was busier earlier, so couldn't make it. But I met some people when I arrived, and they gave me their contacts, so I think they will tell me if there are more protests. Not sure why. Maybe because it was super cold. So, well, for Parisians, Lunali, of course, it's not. It's not Swedish cold. It's Paris cold. And by the way, Gok fell, and I think yes, someone else taught me something. It's got nat, I think. Got nat for good night. My pronunciation is probably not the best, but you know, I mean well. And we had Desides and Saide earlier as well. And who did we have? I can't remember. Well, anyone who stopped by, thank you so much. Gokfel everyone, and I will see you probably next week, either for a protest or just a walk in Paris. Merci beaucoup et bisous bisous and got nat. Bye bye.